Hello, and welcome to our touring program grant video. I'm Kaylee Linz, Executive Director of the Kootenay Regional Arts Council, and I'm excited to guide you through the essentials of applying for our touring funding. This video specifically addresses the touring program, which is just one of 6 funding programs offered by the Columbia Kootenay Cultural Alliance. The CKCA is a project of the Kootenay Regional Arts Council and is funded by the Columbia Basin Trust to carry out arts and culture funding programs within the Columbia Basin region. Before we jump in, if you're not sure whether the touring program is the best fit for your project, head to our website linked below where you'll find details about other funding programs available this granting cycle. Before you start your application, ensure you meet the overarching eligibility criteria for all CKCA programs. Firstly, applicants must live in the Columbia Basin region, meaning your primary residence must be in the basin and you or your organization has been based here for at least 12 months prior to the application deadline. Next, CKCA funding focuses on arts and culture projects. If you have a heritage project, we encourage you to look at other opportunities for support. These may include grants provided by the Trust or Heritage BC. You are welcome to apply for arts and culture projects based in any artistic discipline or tradition, including interdisciplinary arts. Lastly, before you apply, make sure that you do not have any outstanding requirements from previous grants. The touring program aims to help individuals or groups tour their artistic projects across the Columbia Basin. This may include tours of arts and culture productions, workshops, or exhibitions. It also aims to increase public awareness of Basin arts and culture. Applicants to the touring program may request a maximum of $5,000, and funding is available to individuals, groups, or arts and culture organizations. The structure of your tour matters. Tours must include a minimum of 3 locations to be eligible, and distance from your home community and the number of locations will be taken into consideration when assessing your application. Preference is given to applicants touring outside their immediate region. For example, touring from the East Kootenays to the West Kootenays or Valemount, touring from the West Kootenays to the East Kootenays or Valemount, and touring from Valemount to the East or West Kootenays. Funding can only be used for tour locations inside the Columbia Basin region. Should the proposed project relate to additional tour locations, for example, maybe you have tour stops planned already in Kelowna or Vancouver, these non-basin locations must be excluded from your list of proposed project activities and the project budget. Keep details and other key dates in mind when planning your project. The deadline for touring applications is the first Friday in March. See the video description below for the exact date this year. Applications will automatically close at 5 p.m. Pacific Time or 6 p.m. Mountain Time on the day of the deadline. Projects must take place between June 1st of the application year and must be completed within 1 year of this date. And keep in mind the delivery of funding results will generally take place in mid-June or July. CKCA touring applications are assessed by a volunteer CKCA steering committee. Steering committee members make funding recommendations based on community benefit, application strength and quality, and available funds. Finally, the Trust reviews and approves recommendations for funding. Here are a few examples of past successful projects funded by the CKCA touring program. A tour of a one-woman theater performance, a tour of short film screenings, or a book tour with several stops of author readings. Next, let's walk through the application process step by step. First, review available funding programs on the CKCA funding website to ensure this program is the best fit for your project. Next, be sure you've read both the primary funding policies document and the policies and guidelines document for the touring program specifically to ensure your eligibility before starting your application. Next, submit your application online via our grant management system, Good Grants. If you did not apply in 2025, you will need to create an account before beginning your application. CKCA grants are highly competitive, so here are some tips and considerations to strengthen your application. Be sure to clearly articulate the community benefit of your project. Explain how your project will help Basin residents experience or participate in arts and culture activities. Avoid common pitfalls by ensuring you are familiar with the eligibility criteria applicable to all CKCA programs and those specifically for touring. Submit a complete application and avoid including ineligible expenses in your budget. Eligible expenses that you're welcome to include may be venue and equipment rentals, artist fees for the creation, performance, or exhibition of work, production or project coordination fees, materials and supplies, and marketing and promotional expenses specifically for the project at hand. Be sure to avoid ineligible expenses. These may include operating costs. CKCA does not provide operating funding or funding to reduce deficits. Retroactive funding, meaning any activities taking place before June 1st, or school-based activities. This is any activity involved in school-based curriculum. Lastly, avoid capital expenditures in the touring program. We offer several resources at CKCA to help you with your application. These include live workshops and consultation calls. If you have questions specific to your project, contact our office to schedule your call. On the CKCA funding webpage, you can see upcoming dates for live Q&A sessions. This is a great chance to ask any questions you have about our programming. At any time, feel free to reach out to us by email at admin@wkartscouncil.com or by phone to 250-352-2421. I encourage you to apply and take advantage of this fantastic opportunity. Thank you to the Columbia Basin Trust for supporting CKCA grant programs and resources like this one. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to receiving your application.